Trap or Treasure? Moments of Light with Toro the Decoder. It is so easy to get trapped and feel trapped, because that is the true nature of the soul within, that is trapped by my self-created reality, thinking I am real, and the mind which is still ruled by my sense organs and has endless other tricks to trap me or feeling trapped. Here I was, almost a year, in the area where 40 years ago the big transformation took place. Me looking for my last two missing pieces of my life, a permanent relationship and job, and which revealed itself being a permanent relationship with my teacher and God, and the job to pray and meditate and to get me out of the way. It was probably the best place to come back to, and a thank you, for my entire life had changed, and only in a positive sense. But here I was thinking that I was still missing something, and looking for something, and this was definitely the mind playing, but I couldn't shake it off, until one morning sitting for meditation. Many times being here, my skin had broken out, and me realizing that I was not at ease where I was, and was looking to break out. But I couldn't come up with any place that I wanted to go to. Jobs and relationships in a worldly sense I had been in and out of, and in the back of my mind, still looking for. I had enough evidence in my life that it was not for me to look and find, for when it was meant to be, it would find me. Was I getting impatient? Not really in regards to this, for I knew this would take a lot of time away from the freedom I had now, and a lot of challenges and obligation would come with it. So it was not that, but maybe missing that not many people were following my life work on Instagram and YouTube. But even that I could figure out. Not many people having or taking the time to make changes in their life, and my info was a lot being a complete re-education and confrontational. I remember the saying, what you miss the most, give that the most, and which I was doing, because I was reading and narrating it, and just getting to terms again that it had been my personal moment after moment practical life guidance. My diary, written in a fantasy format with endless revelations and special stories. Here I came to the conclusion that I was still playing and experiencing life in a special, magical and mystical way, and not just in the writing, but my way of exercising, eating and go on. However, here the rational mind came in the game again and saying, you have no car and you have no place of your own. I didn't need a car and didn't need my own home, for it all goes together with worldly pollution, obligations and spending money. I was okay where I was, in my trailer, my sanctuary as I called it. I felt being a monk in a monastery, but very comfortable. I contributed to the family here with cleaning the droppings of the dogs, keeping the backyard clean and constantly assisting in helping to clean up their overload on possessions. I had been a caretaker for many years and felt okay with this, for it took a lot of pressure away when you would have your own place. Money always came into my life when I needed it, and at the moment I just needed a little, which came by giving some treatments. I was welcome here, and possibly a fresh breath of air, and not emotionally involved and helping out wherever I could. Was it the freedom I couldn't handle, because I was free at this moment from so many things, but at the same time sometimes bored and tired? There was not really something attracting me outside the property to go to, other than just taking a walk and doing some groceries. Tired I was from the intense 3 lives in one, I had, and as I called it, and the body rejuvenating and me learning to do things in a slower fashion, maybe even shedding the old skin. Then it came to me that I was here to go deeper into the relationship and meditation, and this was the ultimate sensation, a sensation I could have all day long. All worldly sensations were of a very short nature. The free time during the day I had was thus filling in and up with writing, which as well kept me awake and aware of this relationship and job of meditation. Then another thing came to me, that I seldom look at the clock when doing things, as I do it all in a playful manner. But I use my watch to meditate, and not just praying to pray or meditating to meditate, and just enjoying it. I had really enjoyed this some years back, being in a hospital facing death and being alone. I had had no other choice then, and it was great. But now that I was walking around again and facing death was not there, although I could die any minute, which I had forgotten. I have only this moment, this day, and I was blessed to have so much time to be in and with that ultimate sensation. My life here was still extreme in a sense compared to others, and especially with a family here that was still in the midst of life, but very special, and with a higher purpose, his purpose. It all served us a purpose, and me slowly experiencing more and more acceptance, contentment, peace, and love, and to be of service. It is still such a strange experience in becoming more and more free, and thus free of myself, the self-created delusion, and finding myself in a zone in between of me, the one who thought he was real, but still having to deal with old shadows, and waiting for the time to come that it is only about him, and him taking care of the play. Possibly this was the underlying current of maybe being impatient. God knows.